Hey, family. It's Kim Love Jones here, certified life and relationship coach. I wanted to jump on tonight and I wanted to talk about proving yourself. I wanted to talk about how that works in terms of a relationship. And tonight, I'm in so bothered by the fact that a lot of women are running around here trying to prove themselves to men, trying to prove that they are worthy, trying to prove their value, right, to a man. When I heard the statement, I shouldn't say I heard the statement, but I hear men say, what do women bring to the table? Right? The 50-50 thing. We got to bring 50% of our money, 50% of our time, 50% of, whatever it is that men are looking for. He wants you to go 50-50 with him, right? Listen to me. Every woman that has ever been with a good man, he saw how much of a good woman she really was. He saw it already. She didn't have to quote unquote prove prove herself, right? She didn't have to. I am sharing this in my group, y'all. Give me just a second. Yeah, I'm sharing it in my group. So the reason why this is important is because of this. If a man wants you to go 50-50 and you find that you are trying to prove yourself to this man to show him how valuable you are and what you bring to the table, you are already out of pocket. I've been talking to women specifically about this, right? Because I feel like it is a waste of our time and a waste of our energy. If a man does not see your worth and your value, then why are you with him? If a man does not understand who you are and how you show up in a relationship, if what you do in the confines of that relationship, he doesn't recognize you or realize how amazing and wonderful you are, then that is the person that you are not supposed to be with. Can I tell y'all something? And this is real talk. We waste a lot of our good time trying to prove ourselves, prove our worth and our value to people who, no matter what you do, are not going to accept you, love you, care for you, marry you. And I'm talking to my sisters, right? Because men don't necessarily want to get married. Men just want the booty on tap. Let's just keep it 100. That's what they want. Right. And if you avail yourself and you go down that road, it's okay, because we all grown here and I don't get to tell grown people what to do. No, I do not. Howsomever, howsomever, I do want to tell my sisters that you do not need to waste your time trying to prove yourself to anybody. I want to take it to a biblical story. Ruth and Boaz. But Ruth came back with Naomi to take care of her, to be there with her. She treated her like a daughter. Naomi always treated her kind, right? And what Ruth did was she told Naomi, I'm going to go and go in these fields and I'm going to glean this wheat and I'm going to do what I need to do so we can get some food, right? So we can bake something, so we can make something to eat, right? Okay. And what Ruth did was go after the reaper. She followed behind the people who were pulling up the grain, doing what they were doing. And what she did was she just picked up what they left behind. When Boaz came, I need for y'all to hear me. When Boaz came, Boaz saw her, and he asked somebody, "Who is this? Who is this woman?" And they explained to him that she was there taking care of Naomi, right? And so he must have asked because he knew her story, he knew her backstory. So when he went to go speak to her, he said to her, "You don't have to go to another field. You don't have to do anything. Listen, stay right here because I realize that you're taking care of my cousin's wife," right? And what he did was he told everybody, leave her alone and let her glean and get as much as she can. And let her do what she's going to do. And he also said to Ruth, And if you need some water, and if you need some water, just go and get it, because the men have already drawn water for you. So here's the dynamic going on in that story, and I wanted to say this to y'all because I hope that everybody gets it. Ruth was going on about her business, doing what she do, taking care of Naomi, and trying to do the best that she can. She was serving. She was serving, right? She was serving her dead husband's mother. That woman treated her like she was a daughter, and she didn't want to leave her side. And so because of that, Boaz, the cousin of Elimelech, he decided that he was going to be a blessing to her once he found out who she was. Listen to me. Any man that wants to be with you will see you from afar off. I promise you he will. He'll see the caliber of woman that you are. He'll ask somebody about you, right? If we want to go with just this story alone. And then he'll make sure that he leaves provision for you. He'll make sure that he provides for you. Now, what's really going to bake your noodle is that after he did all of that, Naomi went and laid at his feet. Naomi is the one who literally asked him to marry him. Now, in today's times, I don't see women. Well, yeah, I do see women doing that, but I still believe that's a little bit out of order. But you do not have to prove your worth to a man. And I'm talking to my sisters tonight. I see y'all watching, but I don't see nobody saying, hey. Y'all be coming up in people's house and not saying hello. Y'all know I done told y'all about that. Say hello. Say hello. Right? And so what ends up happening, and this is real talk, is that when a man notices you from afar off and he sees the caliber of the woman that you are, and he decides to take you out on a date. Hey, Delee, I see you, Love Wallace. I see you, right? And a man decides to take you out on a date and he wants to get to know you, right? Hear me when I tell you, you're not going to have to put yourself into a pretzel in order for him to know if you are the one for him. You do not need to walk around wearing your degrees. Hey, Drea, I see you, boo. I see you, my love. You don't have to show him your degree. You don't have to tell him all of the things that you've ever done. You don't have to shout out your accolades. All you have to do is present and be the feminine woman that you're called to be. Because nobody wants to be with a woman who has masculine energy. They want a woman that's soft and pink, right? And vulnerable, right? So if that be the case, and that is the case, because I hear it from men all the time. Y'all know I probably talk to more men than I talk to women on a regular. Real talk, because everybody, all of the fellas want to be like, Kim, what do you think about this, that, and the third? And so they run stuff by me all the time. They talk to me, they open up, and I'm good with that, and I thank God for that. But this is what I'm trying to tell you. You do not have to prove your worth to the right one. You have to stop dating beneath who you are. You have to stop entertaining men that are not in alignment with the vision that you have for your life. All Ruth was doing in that particular scenario, all she was doing was taking care of her mother-in-law, and this man saw her. That's all she was doing. It wasn't no muss, no fuss. I got you, she said to Naomi. I'm going to make sure that I take care of you. I'm not leaving you. I'm going to make sure that you're okay. And in her obedience to take care of her mother-in-law, and her decision, I should say, to take care of her mother-in-law, she was noticed by a rich kinsman that was a cousin to Naomi's husband. What women don't realize is that we don't have to force an issue with a man. Any man who wants to be with us, any man worth his weight, and I say this about women too, any woman worth her weight, she going to get in the trenches with you. She going to make sure that everything is good and you're going to be good and she's going to be good too. Right? But you don't have to do cartwheels and flips and twist yourself into all sorts of contort yourself to try to fit into what you think a man wants. A man either knows that you're it or they don't. You don't have to chase him. Let him call you sometimes. Let him see how you're doing. Let him make sure that you're okay and that you ate something and see what's going on in your life. A lot of times, women will just continue to push and give and give and give and give, and you spin yourself into unworthiness. You spin yourself because every day that you go against what you know is the truth about who you are, it's taking something, it's pulling something away from you. Every day that we try to push, prove, and prod, we are to a man, we are then in our masculine energy, believe it or not. And men say all the time, oh, I don't want to be with a woman who's masculine. These women out here, they too masculine, they bossy, they out here, they doing da, 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 da. Hear me when I tell you. As a woman, you do not have to do that. You can literally lower your voice. You don't got to tell nobody anything. You just continue to do what you need to do for you. I just recorded a reel a little while ago about women and the things that women, why they struggle when they are successful in their lives, why they struggle. And it's not crazy why we struggle. First of all, as I said in the reel, we were taught to be strong and independent. We were taught to not rely on men. And primarily because if you meet the wrong man, you will be really jacked up. Now, I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination that men are not wonderful and amazing. Like, I know too many amazing men. But what I am saying is, if he wants you, you don't have to contort yourself into a pretzel to be with him. If he accepts you, if he loves you, he gonna make sure that he calls you, checks on you, and make sure that you know, whether it's a text message, because these days you got the good text message, you know, whether it's a text message, you know, a video call, or whether or not they call you up on the phone and just simply ask you, what did you eat for lunch? I just had somebody about a week ago, not Cash App, Zelle me money for me to go get lunch. Yeah. I don't have to do nothing to get it. I'm trying to tell y'all something. Because when he's interested in you, he's all the way interested in you. And it's not a big deal. A man who sees your worth and your value, you don't have to chase him. You don't have to do cartwheels and flips. You do not have to prove yourself. You can move in the vein. You can move in the vein of I am feminine, I am clear, I am amazing, I am wonderful. You don't have to do cartwheels and flips to be with a man. And can I tell you something else as well? When you do all of that and you twist and turn and spin yourself into a frenzy trying to make somebody see your worth, you don't even value yourself anymore. And I'm not telling you that you don't value yourself because of it. I'm telling you that by the time you get done trying to twist and contort yourself, you no longer feel good. You don't feel good. You don't feel good about the relationship. And even though you might have contorted yourself to get it, you got to keep yourself contorted to keep it. And that never feels good in the long run. And the only reason why I can speak to this is because I've done it. I've done it in my youth. I might have even done it when I got a little bit older, trying to make somebody see my worth and my value. I'm not talking to y'all with the posture of things that I've read in a book. I'm talking to you about these things because I know what I've done. Women do not have to sell themselves short. You don't have to. All you have to do is show up being your beautiful, wonderful, and amazing self. This is not for my brothers tonight. I hope, you don't get on and get offended, but you shouldn't be offended because I'm telling women the absolute truth. Men like confident women. They like women who know who they are. I'm not telling you to be in your masculine energy and try to order people around. But what I am saying, and I'm being honest about this, is that when you're clear about that and you operate with some confidence and you value yourself, that's sexy. It's sexy for a man and for a woman. When I see a confident man, not a cocky man, but when I see a confident man, I'm like, because you can feel it in his spirit. He's not hiding. He's not cowering. He's not, being, overtly, rude or anything like that. He's just confident in who he is. It's the way that he stands with his chest out. And I might be metaphorically speaking, but I'm telling you the truth. And when women stand gently, you don't have to be hard or rough or raise your voice. Right? But when a woman is clear about who she is, no, you don't have to prove to anybody who you are and what you do and what your worth is. Not ever. And so when you try to contort yourself, you reduce yourself. You reduce yourself. You may not even understand what you're doing in that moment, but I promise this is really truly what it is. As you try to prove your worth and your value to somebody else, because you're trying to prove that, I could cook. You're trying to prove that I can sew. You're trying to prove that I can keep my house clean. You're trying to prove, I'm a good woman. You're trying to prove you can't. You got to let your works speak for themselves, not your words. Let your work speak for itself. Let the fullness and the totality of who you are speak for how you show up in the world. You don't have to keep going through anything with anybody to show them how valuable you are. It's imperative that you be 10 toes down and confident in who you are, as well as being self-aware and valuing who you are. You don't have to anymore. And I know some people might be saying, Kim, maybe that's easy for you, but it's not easy for me. I struggle with meeting good men. And the ones that I meet are not, the best, right? So as opposed to me being alone, I'm just going to, rock with the men that I meet. I promise you, sis, if you raise the bar, if you continue to do the things that you are called to do. Like everybody ain't called to be like Ruth was to Naomi. Everybody's not called to that. That's a whole different ministry all within itself. And can I tell you, I happen to like older women and I like to sit at their feet. So I always hang out with older women. I always do. And the reason why is because they are wise. And I be trying to glean all the wisdom that I can get from them about everything. And so life in general, right? We don't talk about relationships, but we talk about life. And what I find is that when I'm surrounded by older women inadvertently, by telling me stories, are teaching me lessons, life lessons and such. So I have a little bit of an old soul, but I also realize that a lot of the times that's where my strength and my help comes from wisdom that they've given me. My mom, other beautiful ladies. Hi, Carl, how are you? How are you? My mom and other beautiful ladies who have been a part of my life, I sit at their feet. I sit at their feet because they have so much wisdom. And I literally think that every woman should find them one older woman, wise older woman, feet to sit under, to sit at. And the reason why that is so that you get to learn. You can learn from their stories and not have to repeat the issues yourself. Because when you learn, when you know, you know. And they will tell you things like, you do not have to chase a man. They will tell you things like, oh, all of these women was chasing after my husband, and they be telling me all kind of stories. Like, I hang out with quite a few ladies, right? Older ladies. I love them, you know? And so my point is that we've got the game messed up because, like, a lot of times the younger generation doesn't want to rock with us because they think we don't know nothing. Not until you get a little older that you be like, wait a minute, I'm gonna hang on every word that my mother said, or I'm gonna hang on every word that this other woman, said, because she's smart. Like, I watched how she raised her kids. I watched how she lived her life. I watched what she did. But you don't have to prove yourself to other people. And that's my point. Use some wisdom. You don't have to run, real talk, run behind anybody. And that's for a man or a woman, to be honest. If somebody wants you and they want to be in your life, you don't have to go crazy trying to prove who you are to them. Let me be clear. You are worthy. And anybody that does not see your worth and see how beautiful and amazing you are, they're not the ones for you. They are not. And chasing is masculine energy. Telling somebody, oh, I love you and I just can't live without you, that's masculine energy. You're trying to control the narrative. And sisters, we can't control the narrative. If a man wants you, he's going to let you know. You do not have to try to control the narrative. If you want a partner with whom you can build, listen to me. Don't chase after them. Let them come to you. Let them tell you that they want you. Let them tell you that you're important. Right? And I'm not saying don't let him know that you care about him. That's a whole nother issue. What I find is that women are literally chasing after men and trying to prove their worth. Oh, I could go 50-50. I could do this. What do you need me to do? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that for you and blah, 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 blah. Hey, Brother Allen, I see you. Hey. And that's not the posture that you need to have as a woman. That is not the posture that you need to have as a woman. Hey, my sister, I see you. I love you. When a man wants you, you don't have to prove yourself. Real talk. He gonna see you afar off. He gonna see you working where you work at and gleaning in the field like Ruth was doing in Boaz's field. He gonna see you and he gonna say, I like her. I like the way she moves. Oh, what's the story with her? He gonna ask somebody, oh yeah, she takes care of her mother-in-law because when her mother-in-law's husband died, she stayed with her. She didn't leave her. That's what I'm talking about. Because men may be questioning who you are to someone else so that they could get to know you. And when we waste our time trying to prove our worth to somebody else, we diminish ourselves. Y'all share this video out, share it out. This is some good stuff. And if anybody is going to be watching this on the replay, put hashtag replay for me. I know that there are too many people, and I'm being honest, y'all, who spin themselves into a ball for somebody else to love them. And that doesn't feel or look like love at all if they don't accept you as you are, warts and all, flaws and all. Because we all have something. We're not perfect people. We don't have it all together. But what I do have, I will gladly give it to you in service to you. But a lot of times we spend so much of our time trying to show somebody that we're worthy and we're valuable. Like, really? Really? Ladies, don't do that. I'm telling you, by the time you get finished chasing a man, you don't even want him no more. They not calling you. if they're not texting you, if they're not trying to see how your day is, if they're not doing all the things to let you know that they care about you, then you don't need to be in relationship with them. I'm sorry. And I'm not backing down from that. Somebody said, "Oh, well, maybe the men are scared." If you scared, go get a dog. And I really mean that. If you're scared, go get a dog. Because the reality is that men may not understand this. But that's why I think a lot of women are tapping out. And just like I'm not doing it no more. It's because women will be in the kitchen in a thong cooking somebody some dinner who don't even claim her. He don't want to show you outside. He not even taking you outside. But he nice and he continues to come around. And because he here, he'll take out the garbage if you ask. Can I tell you? Sis, you worth so much more than that. You are worth so much more than that. But the other part of this is we have to teach people how to treat us. And you don't have to fight in order to teach them. You can just stand and be your wonderful, authentic self. And if he cares about you, then things will progress forward. You won't have to tell him what to tell you. And I'm not saying that every man is so eloquent in their speak, because they're not. They don't speak like maybe sometimes we speak, but they will let you know in no uncertain terms that you are it for them without you having to do cartwheels and flips in the bedroom, without you having to jump up and down and do flips for them to show them your value and your worth. Hi, Tish. How are you, my love? I see you, sissy. I see you. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I just wanted to jump on and I just wanted to talk about this because too many women are trying to prove that they're valuable to men that are not even worthy of them even going through that extra stuff for, right? You can bang them pots, you keep your house clean, you go to work, you take care of yourself, you go get a massage, you do all of the things to beautify yourself and keep yourself up, not so you can get a man, but because that's how you live, period. Because you say to yourself, I deserve a massage at least once every 6 weeks. And you treat yourself to one. Because you buy yourself roses and flowers. So that anybody who comes into your circumference, any man that comes into your life understands that that is a rule of thumb for you. Thanks for having me. I watched a couple of your shows. Oh, thank you, Tish. Thank you, Tisha. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. So, it comes down to us really, truly understanding our value and our worth. Real talk. I mean, I know that there are women out here in these streets who are doing the most to get and keep a man, sleeping with them, sexing them in all kind of different places and doing all manner of foolishness. Boaz saw Ruth from afar off. He never touched her. He went and saw her in his field and said, who is this woman? And then he started to make sure that she was provided for. And he said to her, even if you need water, the men have already drawn the water from the well. Drink as much as you want. He told her to take as much as she wanted out of the field. And don't go nowhere else because I got you right here. You understand? Because he's going to provide for you. He's going to make sure, even if he can't take care of all your bills, because every man ain't sitting on dubs. Every man is not sitting on dubs. Every man don't have all this money. Got it. Y'all got it. I got it too. Listen, but he gonna provide for you as much as he can. You're gonna feel safe. You're gonna know that he wants you, and not just sexually, because it's the way that he talks to you. It's the way that he loves you. It's the way that he cares for you, right? And so if we understand that as a fundamental truth, if we stop going after the men who don't want us, right? And I'm going back sometime, but I'm speaking from experience. And the only reason why I did that was because I didn't understand my worth and my value. That's the only reason. That's real talk. So I thought, oh, I love you. I care about you. Why are you treating me like this? Oh, because I wanted to work and No. Part of my confidence now, today, is I know who I am. I'm clear about that. I already know my value and my worth. And if anybody is going to be in my life, they are going to have to treat me accordingly. And that's well. Because outside of that, we're not doing it. And no, I'm not chasing a man. I will not open my mouth, not another time, to another man to say, oh, well, I want you to. Not unless he already showing me. And I'm not saying to be tit for tat. I'm saying let him show you before you start dropping all of your skills and stuff and doing all the things that you do. You don't need to lead with your accolades. You don't need to lead with your degrees. You just need to show up being a wonderful and amazing and brilliant woman that you are. And men will come and be in alignment with you, who see your energy and see how you show up. And you don't gotta go crazy over it. Trying to prove your worth to a man will make you feel worthless. Stick a pin in that. And it may not feel like it initially, but contorting yourself will make your mind and your heart contort as well, because we're not built for that. We're not built to chase. We're built to be pursued. And they're two different things. Listen, I love y'all. I think I'm gonna go over here to TikTok and go and do me a little live on TikTok, okay? I'm Kim Love Jones 565 on TikTok. Or just Kim Love Jones, I don't know, whichever one. But I think I'm gonna go over here and go live and hang out with the people over on TikTok. I can only do that from my cellular phone. Listen, y'all have to join me March the 8th at the Platoish Park Catering Hall. I am having a workshop, an Unlocking Your Love workshop. It is going to be from 12 to 4. It is going to be amazing. And what's funny is I have the men buying tickets already. So people are purchasing their tickets. It's going to be amazing. I am excited. I cannot wait. It's going to be so dope. But anyway, y'all have an awesome and amazing night. And thank you so much for watching. Y'all get your tickets for this workshop, because when I tell you, it's going to be dope. And really, I'm talking to single, separated, and divorced women. But men always come to my workshops, and they add so much flavor to it. But they're also conscious brothers who want to be a part of the healing process for women. Right? So when you're around conscious brothers, they are already elevating and matriculating up, because they understand the value in our healing. They understand the value in what we bring to the table, because they also understand the value that they have. And they recognize the role and the part that they play in their lives, in our lives, and in their own. Yeah. So I love you guys. I will talk to you later.